What's going on tonight? Welcome everyone to the Big Time Show podcast. One more time. What is going on tonight? Thankful tonight to be live here on the Spotlight Sports Network. Thankful, of course, to be live on Podbean as well, and live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. What's going on, and to those that may be listening, of course, to the upload of this show that is being heard also live on, well, not live, but the replay of on iHeartRadio, on Pandora, Google Podcasts, Tumblr, um, et cetera, et cetera. Wherever you are listening or however you are listening, welcome to the Big Time Show podcast. Um, I hope y'all ready tonight because I'm in a funk. I'm upset. I'm flat out mad. I hope you guys will share. That's what I'm doing right now. I hope you guys will share with me. Share the podcast wherever you can. I would appreciate it so much. I'm upset. I got people that's on here live. I can't see you quite yet because I'm sharing, but I promise I'm going to speak to whoever it is that is here with me as of now. Can I go ahead and tell you now? You see the ticker rolling there now, but can I go ahead and tell you if you're listening to me live on Podbean, if you're listening to me live on Podbean and you want to see me during the show, will you please just go to my YouTube channel where it is simply the Big Time Show podcast. Most of you guys kind of know what I look like if you're on Podbean. Just look at that picture there where it is the co-hosts and the speakers. Find that face, and then just click on and subscribe if you can to whatever to the to the podcast, and you can see me live. I'm there. All these banners that you see on the ticker, I am live there right now. So pick your choice, wherever you want to listen to. I am there. You'll see me in the same thing. I'm serious. Y'all you gotta do is just go there. I'm there live. Now, I'm upset now. I'm trying to get all the pleasantries out of the way before I get started. If you are a Cowboy fan, most of you will agree with what I have to say tonight. However, if you are a Cowboy hater, you would be very happy that I'm in misery. See what I'm saying? That's how Cowboy haters are. They love the misery of the Dallas Cowboy fan base. I mean, that's why I ain't even looked at the comments yet. I ain't even looked. I guarantee you that out of the people that's watching me now, I guarantee you it's a hater in the house. I already know. I already know. And you can just stop laughing. They already laughing at me already. They already laughing. They saw the title of this podcast and they said, "What in the world does this Cowboy fan have Super Bowl blues?" And they weren't even in the Super Bowl. That's what they're saying. Look, I ain't even seen yet. I'm coming. I'm gonna come speak to y'all in just a second. I already know it's a hater watching. I can feel it in my system. I can feel it. I know you there. I can feel it. Let me see if I'm right. Let me see who on here. Let me just see. Let me just see. John L. Jackson. Hey brother, I don't know who you are, but thanks for popping in. Joe is from Italy. He's my brother. He's a Cowboy brother. He's overseas in Italy. I know what's going on. Michael is in the building. Michael Evans. He's in Atlanta. Okay. What's going on? Volume is a little low. All right. How about now? What's going on? Quincy Williams. What's up, Newt? What's going on? Key in the building. What's up, man? My podcast brother. I mean, my sports like, excuse me, Spotlight Sports Network brother. What is going on? What is going on? Who is that? Michael Evans. Yeah, I just turned it up. Thanks for letting me know. I got you covered now. Volume a little low. I'm quite sure it's loud. You gonna want me to turn it down once I start screaming in here. Oh Lord, here come the hater. Didn't I tell y'all a hater was coming? And there he is. My little brother. Here you go. 49er fan himself, Cedric Morris. I told you a hater was coming. I knew it. I knew it. I could feel it. I can sense him coming from miles away. And here he is. He said Joe says I was watching the Super Bowl yesterday and getting sad because I wanted Dallas to hold up that trophy. I believe that can be maybe one of the things. That's how you want to look at it. I was looking at it and was getting mad. Now that's me. Yeah, yeah. See it. I see. I was getting mad yesterday at watching the Super Bowl. I was. And remember, if you've been following me, I'm gonna get into it, and I need you guys to help me. I need you guys to give me some therapy here. I need you guys to give me some type of therapy because I don't see no hope. I don't. I don't see no hope. I'm just gonna tell you. And I'm still a Cowboy fan, got all the gear and gonna wear it and all that. I'll never change and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't see no hope. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't see no hope. Now I accidentally pressed that button by mistake, but that fits. that that does fit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to do that again. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sound fits because I'm it's creepy in Cowboy land. Let me go on and just tell you why I got the Super Bowl blues. I don't even need no notes for this tonight. I don't have one note in front of me tonight. It's really gonna sound repetitive, but I got to say it again. Because last night, what we saw, and hello to those that popped in on Podbean. I see you over there, Spanky with Beans and Weenie entered the live studio. I guess that's his nickname. Appreciate you dropping in, brother. Thank you so much. Um, Last night we saw, he said Leon Lett ain't walking through them doors. Oh, wow. Okay. Last night we saw what I have been telling you guys for the last 3 to 4 weeks, that the way or the mentality of building a team to win the Super Bowl, at least the Dallas Cowboy way, is not going to work. And to those that have said that the way to build a team is not the way the Buccaneers and the Rams did it, and they essentially did the same thing, and say that that does not work, I can't tell. I can't tell because I've seen the same system work for the last 2 years. Reason why I know it worked because I saw the Buccaneers hold up the trophy, and then I just saw last night the Rams hold up the trophy. That's what I saw. I don't know what TV y'all watching, but I saw two teams in a row go all in on saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. We're not worried about next year. We're not worried about 2 years from now. We're not worried about the draft. We're not worried about the dynasty. We're not worried about nothing. We're going to win the Super Bowl this year, and we're going to go all in. That's what I saw. That's what I saw with the Rams. I saw it with the Buccaneers. And for 2 years in a row, I think the myth now should be dead. You can win the Super Bowl through free agency. That's what I got out of it. I don't need nobody to help me here. I got my own crowd. Yeah, thank you so much. I saw it. So this draft and development uh way of constructing a football team. I'm not saying it does not work. However, you cannot say that building a team, going all in, does not work either. Now, I'm setting all this up to because it hurt me last night watching the Rams. I said the Rams would win. I said last night that the defensive line would get, give the Bengals offensive line problems. I think Burrow got sacked 7 times, as I kind of figured he would, and that was going to win the football game, and it did. Now, I have a problem tonight. I have a real problem because I saw things that I know what the Cowboys should be doing, but they won't, and we're further falling behind. Now, here's the first thing that we need to clear up, and I got Cowboy fans on here. I need your help because somebody got to tell me differently. This team, or at least last season's team, was built to win. And I'm talking about win big now. I'm talking beyond the NFC East Championship. That's what I'm talking. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I surely believe that this team should have won at least 2 playoff games this season. 2. That would have got me to the NFC Championship game. That would have got me to the NFC Championship game. I believe this team should have been at least that close. Now, there's no question about it in my mind. So, since we didn't do it, here's my first question. I told you it's a therapy session. And let's just be honest. Think about this. Think about the core positions of the team. Think about the units of the team. When I say the units of the team, I'm talking offense, defense, and special teams. Somebody help me because, see, if y'all tell me this, then I'll be quiet. Are we rebuilding? That's my question. Are we rebuilding or not? That's all I want to know. I got a few of y'all on here. Come on, help me. I don't know. Are we rebuilding? Help me. Are we built to win now, or are we rebuilding? Now, if you tell me we're rebuilding, then I'll be quiet, and this show will be very quick. But if you, I need some help because I'm under the belief that this team is built to win. Now, of course, next year's team obviously will be probably different from this year's team, but maybe not at the core position. We still would be same. Joe says, no, we are not rebuilding. We are ready to win now. Thank you, brother Joe. I don't know who else is on here, but I that's my thinking. I'm thinking that we are ready to build. I mean, ready to build a championship here this year, next year, whatever. We built to win now. I'm not under the belief that we are in full development stage or we just trying to get guys ready for 2 years from now. And, they're good, but we want them to become great. And then about another 2 or 3 years, we'll be ready to challenge. No, that's not my thinking. That's not my thinking. I just can't see that. If that is the case, then I'll be quiet and just say, okay, let's just go ahead and stick with the draft and development strategy, and let's just see, I guess, where it would take us. I mean, it would be just that simple. But if you're telling me that the Cowboys are ready to win now, then we got to tear down this system and this mentality that we have because I just saw the Rams go all in, forsaking draft picks and not worried about this stuff, and they cashed in. See that's the thing about it. And I saw what the Rams got next year. They're over the salary cap. They ain't got no money. Odell is a free agent. Von Miller is a free agent. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to sign everybody and all that kind of stuff. I get all that. But however, one thing that cannot be taken away, they went all in and they won big. They won big. They're the world champions. They are the world. You can't be taken away. I don't care what they do next year. And it was worth it the way they did it. It was worth it giving up draft picks. It was worth it. Why? Because they won the whole thing. Please understand, the owner of the team is very happy and ain't worried about next year, the year after, because they cashed in. I don't care what nobody say. Well, they're not going to have any draft picks until 2028 and all this. No, it's kind of remind you of the Lakers. You can say what you want about with the Lakers, and some of you gonna say, well, it was a bubble championship, and some of you gonna say, look, LeBron James paid and Anthony Davis paid the Los Angeles Lakers for their investment. What did they do? They got the gold ball. They put a banner up in the building. It paid off. You won a championship. The Rams just did the same thing. They won the championship. Makes no difference what happened right now. They didn't care nothing about a dynasty. Their whole focus was this year. Why? Because the windows are closing. Did y'all hear last night when they were saying that Aaron Donald is contemplating retirement? I mean, good Lord. Yeah, they had to go all in. Aaron Donald talking about retirement. Von Miller probably not gonna be there next year because he's gonna want some money to play and they ain't not gonna be able to afford it. Odell may have to leave again. Guess what? They said, we ain't worried about that. We know our window is here and now. A window is here and now. We're not worried about nothing else. We're not worried about the draft. We're not worried about the scouting department. We're not worried about all that. We're worried about winning the world's championship this year, and we'll handle everything else. We'll handle everything else when he get here. That's what the Rams said, and they cashed in. Cannot be taken away from. It was worth it. That the draft picks they gave up to get Stafford, and to give up Stafford for golf. Matthew Stafford, when there was a minute and 50 some seconds left in the game, and the moment arrived where the Rams were down and the game fell into the hands of Matthew Stafford. I know you're going to say Cooper Kupp, but somebody had to throw it to Cooper Kupp. The game was not, they weren't running the ball. They weren't doing no draws. They weren't doing nothing. The game was in the hand the moment arrived for Matthew Stafford, and he repaid them. See, if that would have been Brady last night, see, everybody would have been saying, Brady did it again. Brady did it again. Brady did it again. But because of Matthew Stafford is split, everybody saying, boy, that Cooper Kupp. Oh my God, Cooper Kupp. If there would have been a Brady-led team, all the credit would have went to Brady. But because it's Matthew Stafford, now some of the credit go to Cooper Kupp. See how it worked? No. That was Matthew Stafford. And I ain't no Matthew Stafford fan. But Matthew Stafford stepped up big time. He did. And now he paid them back for the draft picks that they gave up, and he don't have to pay them no more. Well, I mean, he's going to try, but I'm saying he delivered. They said this quarterback is the guy that can get us over the hump. Jared Goff is okay, but this guy, we feel this guy can get us over the hump. And he paid him. That was a free agent. Well, that was a trade. But they gave up the picks. I'm sitting there looking at the game last night, y'all. Y'all help me out. I'm serious. I'm sitting there looking at the game. And I got the blues because I'm seeing that Odell is out, the tight end is out. They're down to really their fourth or fifth receiver, and all they have is Cooper Cup. And I'm saying Matthew Stafford find ways to get the ball to Cooper Cup, who was the MVP of the Super Bowl, justifiably so. He was the MVP. And yet, when I watch the Cowboy game, I got a dominant receiver. If you throw it to him, that's Amari Cooper, who's being double teamed just like Cooper Cup. I'm seeing all the coverage roll to him. Cooper Cup didn't have nobody out there after Odell fell, got injured. And I'm seeing Cooper Cup dominate the game. Well, my goodness, Amari Cooper got CD Lamb on one side. For a moment, he had Gallup out there. The other moment, he had Cedric Wilson out there. And you sitting there telling me that when I look at Amari Cooper's stat line, are you really telling me that Amari Cooper only had 3-4 catches for 38 yards? Are you really kidding me? When everybody in the world knows that Cooper Cup is getting the ball, and yet he's almost getting 100 yards a game. And I'm sitting there saying, like, we got Amari Cooper. And I'm just sitting like saying, Sean McVay is really making me upset, not because of what he's doing. It's just he's exposing and making the Cowboys look bad. Because, see, if you give Sean McVay our roster, y'all already know, don't you? Huh? Yeah, yeah. Mike said, can you imagine the shade that would have been thrown toward Dak Prescott if he drove the Cowboys to win last night? Yeah, I can imagine it. Because some folks won't cheer for him or whatever. But, you know, the whole narrative, ladies and gentlemen, about Matthew Stafford changed last night. You can talk about him in his days with Detroit all you want to. But when he got a chance to get on the big stage, he delivered. And he delivered big. So I mean, if you give Sean McVay these receivers that we had, and I'm pointing back to Kellen Moore. It really gave me the blues last night. It gave me the blues because I know everybody knows Cooper Cup is getting the football, and it ain't nothing that nobody can do. And I'm saying, like, Cooper Cup is great, but is he really better than Amari Cooper? I don't. Stat wise this year, no question he was better than Amari Cooper. I'm just talking about a pure receiver. If you had to pick a choice to say, okay, who you want to be your number one receiver between Cooper Cup and Amari Cooper, I guarantee you a lot of people gonna pick Cooper. It's just the truth. Cooper Cup got to do it way more than 1 year, and I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying nobody was calling Cooper Cup's name like this last year. He was dangerous, but he wasn't like this. He was dominant this year. I'm sitting here and I'm getting upset because, like, I'm sitting here looking at the Rams also who can't get the running game going at all. Cam Akers had about 13, 14 carries for maybe 20 yards, and Darrell Henderson came out and had, about 4 or 5 carries himself, didn't break nothing out. But here was the commitment. I'm getting upset because at least Sean McVay was committed to it by trying. Then when I flip the coin and talk about the Cowboys, if the Cowboys get one negative play running, he give up on it totally. Kellen Moore, huh? Blue City Empire Sports. Do I think the L.A. Rams bought a Super Bowl champion? Uh, they stacked the deck and they won it. you know, it ain't like they blow Cincinnati out. They just couldn't get the job done in a minute and 40 some odd seconds. Matthew Stafford killed them. Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp killed them. So if you want to say they bought it, they bought it. I saw Odell go down. Their tight end was out. They was on their third, I mean maybe their fourth or fifth receiver on the depth chart. The bag, a tight end who ain't really played all year. He was out there, and it really was a running game that was not working. Okay, that a running game that was not working last night, and I saw with my own eyes. Matthew Stafford says, "I can't waste this moment. I'm taking this thing. Cooper Kupp, let's go. I know they doubling you, but I'm gonna find a way to get the ball to you. We're going to stop them. What's up, Ian? That's what Matthew Stafford did last night. He took the moment and said, I'm not gonna be stopped. He out there throwing no look passes. Hey Ian, what's going on? Listen, Matthew Stafford out there, the original no look pass. It won my home. Throwing no look passes in the Super Bowl at crunch time. Come on, man. Yeah, they bought it. They bought it, but they got the result. Aaron Donald ain't just got dominant. He's been dominant since he walked in the door. So I can't even say, you know, that Von Miller had a huge game last night. I guess you could say that's stacking the deck. Floyd played good last night. You know, Blue City Empire says, to be honest, I did not like the Super Bowl halftime show. That's just my opinion, and you're entitled to it. Personally speaking, I loved it, but I ain't worried about the halftime show. I'm worried about these blues that I have. That in comparison of the Rams and the Dallas Cowboys, I'm irritated, very irritated because I know the Cowboys could have done so much better based off the talent that we had, and it is a crime to see what Sean McVay can do with an offense, and then look at Kellen Moore and see how vanilla he is and how he makes things hard, so hard to get the ball into all of these playmakers' hand. And I'm saying, like, everybody in the world knows Cooper Kupp is gonna be the man, and they still can't stop it. He schemes his way. McVay schemes his way to get this kid the ball between 7 to 10 to maybe 11 times a game. Everybody know he getting the ball, but yet he led the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. And everybody know he getting the ball. Everybody, they double him. He still get his numbers. And I'm saying, like, I got Amari Cooper. Certainly he should have more than 3 catches for 34 yards. Are you kidding me? I mean, are you really kidding me? I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I just don't I don't get it. A running game that was not working, yet he remained committed to it just enough to where he can try to keep the defense honest. The Dallas Cowboys will run 2 or 3 plays, get 3 yards off 2 plays, and then they'll give up for the rest of the game. Appreciate you, Ian, for popping in. This is the problem that I have, and this is why I got the Blues tonight. It was a pretty good game last night, but I'm just sitting there living in what could have been land. That's what I was doing. What could be, and I'm having a hard time understanding that's just the game time. I want to go back to this, and you guys hear me out. I'm not gonna be with you too long tonight, but I want to go back. See, the Rams, as as Blue City Empire Sports came out and said, the Rams I say the Rams stacked the deck. When you go get a Odell, when you go get a Von Miller, when you go get a Weddle out of retirement, who plays safety better than a lot of starters. In 3 weeks, he played better safety than a lot of starters who did in 18 weeks. You go get these type guys. That makes a huge difference, and you pay them, okay. And now it makes you wonder, okay, the blueprint has been laid by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. Both of them won the Super Bowl. The blueprint is, if you got a chance, go get some impact guys. Impact. Not guys who you hope to be an impact. I'm talking about immediate impact guys from day one. That's what you need to do to get your team over the hump. That's what I'm talking about. Now the Buccaneers signed Antonio Brown. They signed, they got Gronk out the WWE. Gronk came back. They went and got Pierre Paul. They went and got Ndamukong Suh. I mean, they went and got LaShawn McCoy. They went and got Leonard Fournette. I mean, they stacked the deck. They stacked the deck. They already had Mike Evans. They already had Goodwin. I mean, they already had little Scotty Miller. They already had O.J. Howard. They was already loaded. They were already loaded. They stacked the deck. They won the Super Bowl. Now they got about 4 or 5 guys. Come back and swing it this year. The Rams go get Odell. The Rams go get Von Miller. The Rams go get Eric Weddle out of retirement. Guess what? They won it. All I'm saying is, we so good in Cowboy land, we don't need 2 or 3 guys. Can I just get one? I mean, that's all I'm asking. Cause see, we Stephen Jones refuses just to even get one player. When I say one player, I'm talking about an immediate impact player. Somebody that's gonna come in and do immediate damage. That's what I'm talking about. You don't need many since we so close, supposedly. If you so close, all it's gonna take is 1 or 2 guys to get you over the top. Hey, Angie, that's all I'm saying. Stephen Jones, because it's not Jerry. For many of you that say Jerry, it's not Jerry. I told you this the other show. Jerry Jones, the things that the Cowboys are doing, it's really not Jerry, Joe. It's not. It's not Jerry. It's Stephen. See, this is Jerry, if you remember right. Joe, you old enough to remember the way that it was. Jerry will have no problem going to get when the balance was off, and as I told you before, the late '80s, early '90s, the late '80s and early '90s, the 49ers were on top. Charles Haley was on their team. The Dallas Cowboys were up and coming. 91, they went to the playoffs, lost to Detroit. Okay. The very next year, Jerry Jones goes and gets from the 49ers, signs a free agent, go get Charles Haley. What happened that next year? They won the Super Bowl. That's an impact player from day one. Charles Haley come in bending quarterbacks. That's an impact player, unguardable, unstoppable. Okay, Hall of Fame defensive end now. 49ers get back on top in 1994 season. Go in the middle of the year. It's kind of like the 49ers. The 49ers said the Cowboys have won 2 straight Super Bowls. We have a good team. The Cowboys have won 2 straight Super Bowls. We have to do something to tip the balance back in our favor. What did the 49ers do? In the middle of the season, They went ahead and got Deion Sanders. What happened? That one move, one, won in the Super Bowl. The very following year, Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones said, and remember on his track record, he has Charles Haley. That's a Jerry Jones type move. 95 come around after 49ers win the Super Bowl and beat us on the way to getting there. Guess what? Jerry said, I got to do something to tip the balance back to our favor because the 49ers can't keep this going because we want to be, our team is young and we're too good and we should win another couple Super Bowls. What did Jerry Jones do? He went and got that same Deion Sanders, took him from the 49ers. What happened? That one impact player got us back to the Super Bowl and won it. So that's Jerry Jones' move. Keep in mind, Stephen Jones wanted to jack his way, not wanted. He did jack his dad on the wall, saying, "What in the world are you doing signing Deion Sanders?" It was worth it because you won the Super Bowl. Now, Stephen Jones didn't want that. That's a well documented story, too, I may add. But you won the Super Bowl. Now, the reason why I say it's not Jerry Jones, Joe, is because this draft and develop, we like our own guys. That's what Stephen Jones said. We like our guys. We like to draft and develop. We like to do that. We like to draft and develop our guys. That's not Jerry Jones. It's Stephen Jones. It's a difference. The free agents that we get, the bargain chip free agents, that's Stephen Jones. That's not Jerry Jones. Y'all remember how desperate Jerry was? Jerry went out and a Jerry Jones move. He went out and got a Greg Hardy. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Greg Hardy. That's a Jerry Jones type move. See? Stephen Jones wants to do, 3-for-1 shopping. How can I get three players for under $2 million combined? 1 year contracts, 600 league minimum. I can get about three guys, and boy, if they could just shine like Javon Curse, oh, I could beat the system and get Pro Bowl production from cheap, cheap labor. I mean, come on, man. That's Stephen Jones. That's not Jerry. Jerry's aggressive. Jerry's a risk taker. Stephen's more conservative, by the book, dot I's, cross T's type guy. Jerry's a roll the dice type dude, a gambler, a riverboat gambler type guy. Oh, the way we building teams right now, that's not. Come on now. Exactly. Look at Michael Evans. Do y'all see this comment right here? Thank you, Mike. Look what they did. Look at that. Y'all see that? The 1994 Niners added Ken Norton Jr., former Cowboy, Gary Plummer, Pro Bowl player, Dion, Hall of Fame, Ricky Jackson, Hall of Fame, for the sole purpose of stopping the Cowboys 3-peat. That's what they did. The 49, look, that sound like a lot of free agents, right? Guess what those moves did? They won the Super Bowl. See, this is just more evidence. And while we're here talking about drafting and developing, there are teams that are passing us by, and there are teams that are young who have realized and seen with their own eyes what they need to do to stay up on top. For instance, the Cincinnati Bengals from last night. I guarantee you in the draft this year or in free agency, the Cincinnati Bengals will be drafting their offensive line. That's what they're going to be drafting or signing free agents because they know their weakness. They know that they can't block nobody. They know they got to protect Burrow. Burrow got hurt again last night. It's obvious what they have to do, but they got the experience of getting there. So you ask some guys that give Burrow some time. Guess what? The Bengals may be here again. The Dallas Cowboys are still struggling. How many years we got to keep saying we need a defensive tackle, an impact defensive player? We ain't tried to go do that. See, those type of guys cost money. If you want a real impact player, no, but what we're doing, we're waiting on Neville Gallimore, hoping that he would turn into to this guy, turn into that guy. You know, that's what we're doing. Praying that Bohannon, he got the size, praying that Bohannon will turn into a monster in the middle because we can draft and develop him. Instead, you got these guys that's defensive tackles who you know are going to be impact players from day one. You just let them slide by. We're not going to pay him $11 million. We don't do that. Why everybody else is getting better that way and playing in Super Bowls, Dallas Cowboys are saying, "Hey, it's almost like minor league in baseball. We're gonna develop here in the minor leagues. We're gonna develop our guys, and we're gonna restart. We're gonna reap the harvest in a few years. I ain't got a few years. Your window done closed now. Your window done closed. That's why I asked you before. If we were drafting and developing, or we were rebuilding, then I'll say, okay, let's rebuild. But if you're telling me that we're not the Jacksonville Jaguars, Wendy, I think everybody can hear me. Can you? It's obvious you can't. Can you hear me at all? Somebody talk to me. I think I'm up. I think everybody can hear me. Oh yeah, everybody. Exactly. Stephen Jones like shopping at Walmart, Joe. Exactly. It's horrible. It's horrible. I think everybody can hear me, Wendy. I don't know about you, but I think everybody else can hear me good. I don't understand it, y'all. I just don't understand it. Teams are passing us by. Let me tell you, it's gonna be some guys that are gonna want to play with Joe Burrow. Cincinnati was never known as a free agent destination spot. I got a feeling that it will be because people want to play with Joe Burrow. They know what he represents. They know where he's going. They feel like that he can get there, and they're gonna want to play with him. Guys gonna want to block for him because that's what they're gonna need. They're gonna need offensive linemen. That's what's going. And I'm sitting there saying, okay, the Cowboys need a left guard. How many years we got to say we need a left guard? How many years we got to keep questioning Connor Williams? Waiting on Connor Williams to get some type of epiphany from the sky, and he turns into some type of all-pro guard. It's not happening. You done paid a quarterback that made $75 million in 1 year last year. Common sense ought to tell me, at least ought to tell everybody else, is that you want to protect this guy as best as you can. You don't have time for experiments. You don't have time to be, trying to figure things out and getting his brains kicked in. No, those type of guys cost money as well. You want a left guard, a real one that you know gonna do the job, it's gonna cost you some money. Why can't we just make one or two moves off in free agency like everybody else do? And you worried about the salary cap? You can maneuver around the salary cap. You can maneuver. You can give money up front to guys. Make you still pay on the back end. You can. I mean, it is unbelievable. Wendy is asking everybody, can they hear me? Michael, I believe Michael can hear me because he's been commenting. Mike, let me know if you can hear me. If you can, Joe, please let me know if you can hear me. If you're still here, whoever else is on here, can you let me know if you can hear me and hear me well? Uh, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying people saying It's just Wendy who's saying it so far. Everybody else would have said the same thing, I believe. As for those people that just coming in, can you hear me? Just type yes, please. I got to make sure. I got one person who's saying they can't hear me. I believe everybody else can. If you can hear me, will you please say yes, please? I think everything is on. Come on now. Come on now. Sound is going up and down. I just pushed something myself. What about now, Michael Evans, if you don't mind, sir? Can you hear me? If it's going up and down, I don't know why, but can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to keep my train of thought, but it makes no difference to have a train of thought if people can't hear you. Talk to me. 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 I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It's a little low. What about now? What about now? Okay, hold on. What about now? 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 Mandy says I got nothing. What is going on here? Okay. Better. Okay. Better. All right. Well, I'm just gonna roll with this for now. I may be loud on Podbean. Coach says I can here. Okay. I got people saying they can. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm sorry for those that cannot hear me. Mike says better. Coach Dante says I can hear. Okay, I'm just making sure. Making sure. I'm making sure here. Testing, testing. All right, testing. I'm good. Very low. It's good now. Okay, everybody's good. Wendy, I don't know what's going on. I apologize, but everybody else seems to be all right so far. Okay. I don't understand why we don't. What's up, Coach? Thank you, man. Thank you for popping in. I don't understand why we are still debating things that we've been debating for years. I just don't understand it. For instance, I mean, how many more years do we have to keep saying we wish we had a safety? I mean, how many years have we been saying it? How many years have we been saying, well, we need a left guard because Connor Williams is not good? Well, Connor Williams been our starter for the last 3 years. Why I mean, why haven't the problem been taken care of? I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you, Coach. Coach Dante. Also a podcaster himself. You ought to follow his show as well. If you're on the Spotlight Sports Network, you ought to follow my brother, Coach Dante, on his show as well. I don't understand why we gotta keep saying the same things before they finally fix it. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. And sooner or later, while we're still trying to, yeah, exactly, Mike Evans. You did. I mean, you know. I can tell you've been watching my show. That's exactly what it is. They have to justify it, but in the meantime, everybody else is passing us by. Everybody, and I'm including the AFC teams as well. I'm including them because we're just not on that level. We're just not. And when you're not on a level, you have to do things to put yourself on that level. You do. And we're not doing it. I just saw the Rams and the Buccaneers win the championship back to back, going all in. We ain't got the first base of going all in. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it, y'all. Somebody help. I mean, I just don't get it. So I was watching the game yesterday with complete, um, complete irritation because I know that we could do the same thing because we got just as much talent as the Rams. We got just enough amount of talent as the Rams do. We do. Y'all know it, and I know it. I'm about getting ready to open up the phone lines now. Well, I'm just trying to make sure that I got some people in here that knows exactly what I'm doing. I mean, if you feel the same way that I feel, I'm just trying to see, am I the only one that is trying to figure this thing out? I'm connecting the line now, and I'm becoming extremely irritated by what I saw yesterday because we're behind. I'm sorry, Wendy. Wendy says I'm trying to read lips. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is that is going on here. I'm making sure that I'm good. I'm making sure that I'm good. I'm trying to make sure that I'm good, but I'm not. At least to you, I'm not. Everybody else can pretty much hear me. All right. I'm done talking for now. I'm gonna open up the lines. You see the number there on the screen as you go. 901-65. Joe says my audio keeps cutting off and on. Wendy, I guess you're all right. Testing, 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 testing. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It was okay at first. I don't know what's going on. Listen, go ahead and call me on the hotline there. Call me on the hotline and go ahead and ask the question. 901-654. I don't even know the number. He said Jared Jones keep trying to cut me off. It could be 654. I got a split screen, so I can't really even see it. Let me find this. 654-6853. You can go ahead and call in now if you want to. 654-6583. Call me. Call me. 654-6583. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. I don't know what is going on. If you can hear me, you can go ahead and call in on the call in now. If you're on Podbean, you can use that call in line as well. You can do that. All right. I am so sorry that I don't know what is going on with my sound. I got to figure that out rather quickly. I have no clue what's going on with that. So let's see here. Let's see here. Uh, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Just trying to make sure. What do you guys? Am I making sense in what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Am I making any type of sense in what I'm saying? I just don't understand how uh, we are moving on this. Oh, testing, 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 testing. Can you guys hear me now? I don't like what I'm saying. There we go. There we go. I think. Uh, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. Okay. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right. All right. I'm still waiting on the call in line to pop in. Still waiting on the call line. Sounds real good. Yeah, that's good. You say. All right. Loud and clear now. I don't know what I did, but I did something. Why am I got Coach Dante's thing behind me? Oh, Coach, there he is. I see you. I'm sorry. Hello.
What's up, man? I just here to get my thoughts for a little bit before I go do the Rockets game.
Come on,
Uh,
man.
here to pick up on what you said. Um, Teams like the Rams. Uh, if you want to win championships in any type of league, I don't care if it's basketball, football, or baseball, you have to make sacrifices. Sacrifices have to be made. Think about what the Rams did. They traded away. They said Jared Goff was the problem, which turned out it was. They needed a quarterback to get them over the hump. Matthew Stafford did do that last night. Last night they traded away draft picks for him. That resulted in the Super Bowl. They went over to Cleveland, got a disgruntled Odell Beckham who was released. They made a sacrifice to bring him in. What did that result last night in the Super Bowl?
First,
They
first
got
champ.
Von Miller. They got Von Miller. Traded away picks with that result in his second Super Bowl. So when you add in those things, people got to realize, hey, they tried to win now. They saw that roof open and they went out and capitalized on these opportunities. The
Yeah.
Cowboys is nothing. They got all the talent they need. They got all the talent they need. They got the receivers. They got they got the receivers. They got the offense. They got the weapons. They need a consistent basis of a quarterback. That Prescott, you can win with them. You can win with them.
Yeah.
You definitely can win with them. You definitely could. I think Ezekiel Elliott kind of declined a little bit. I don't know what's going on with him. I heard he had some weight issues a couple of years
And knee,
ago.
knee, and knee issues. He had a sprained MCL since week
Yep.
4.
But the
So,
Dallas Cowboys, hey man, they not far away. They not far away. So I just came up here to get my thoughts, man. I'm about to get up out of here. I got a game to do in a few minutes. Just want to come in and elaborate on what you was talking about, my guy.
appreciate you, Coach Dante. And if you don't know who
Yes,
he
sir.
is, he has his own show here on the Spotlight Sports Network. He's getting ready to do the play-by-play for the Houston Rockets game. He's a big Houston Rocket fan, and he is about to do that exactly right now. Go ahead and follow him if you can. It would be awesome uh, if you can do it. Wendy says we're not good now. Good Lord. He go Rockets me too. I don't know what happened, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. Okay. I don't know what's going on for people that cannot hear me. I don't know what's going on. But it is what it is. Appreciate that comment there. You guys that can hear me, you pretty much heard my complaint. Okay, Joe says he can hear me clear. Okay. Okay. It is what it is. All right. Okay. I don't know, Wendy. I just don't know. I gotta figure it out, I guess. But listen, I don't know what it is, what it's going to be like. Um, I don't know what it is going to be like coming up. Okay, I got another call in.
11919.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
Call
second.
from Michael Evans.
Michael Evans is
To
in the
accept,
house.
press 1.
I got my guy in here. I got my guy in here, Michael Evans. Welcome to the Big Time Show. Come on, talk to me, brother.
How you doing, Mr. Douglas?
I'm good, man.
Oh my goodness. Well, no, you're exactly right, and don't feel like that you're the only one who feels the way you do because you're not. You remember what Jerry Jones said a few years ago? When he said that you would not believe the size of the check I would write to win another Super Bowl. Well, Jerry, here's your chance to prove that.
Yeah.
The Rams just went out, like you said with the Douglas, they went out, they went all in. They don't care about the salary cap. They don't care about draft picks. They don't care about that proverbial kicking that can down the road. Eventually, you got to pick it up. They were in a win now mode. The Cowboys have just about as much talent as anyone in the league. It just takes the commitment to win. And
That's
I
it.
don't know if they want to do that now.
Yeah.
I really don't. They wanna draft and develop.
Yeah.
That seems to be more important to them than going out and trying to win a championship now.
Yeah.
And Jerry was never like that. Like you said before, he got Dion. He got T.O.
Yeah.
He went on and he got Charles Haley. He made the big moves because he was going to do whatever it takes. Now with Steven Freeman running the show, Steven wants to kind of keep everything hold everything to the vest. He wants to try to develop his players, and like you said, just hope for the best. Hope they develop into something. Can you imagine what the Cincinnati Bengals would be? They went out and got Devontae Adams
Yeah.
in this offseason,
Yeah.
or they went out and they signed. You know they're gonna sign offensive linemen. You know they are.
I can just imagine if
The,
they just
the,
had better linemen. I'm serious. If they had better linemen, Burrow would have won the Super Bowl
I know. I ride or die with this team. It's frustrating to see 2 years in a row. They just said we don't care. We don't care about tomorrow. We're only worried about what's going on right now.
this year. Exactly.
And that's how the Cowboys have to do it. If they don't, I just don't see them winning. They may get close, but they will. I just don't think they'll get over the hump.
When you
And
add,
it's frustrating and sad.
yeah. Well, let's think about it to your point and what I said. And I just didn't kind of elaborate, but let's just be honest. Let's just say, for instance, Green that Rodgers comes back to Green Bay, which I think is going to happen anyway. Well, what that means is Devontae Adams going to get franchised, so they'll get another run. At the Cowboys are not favorites to be over Green Bay. That's number one.
No,
Once you start thinking about what Tampa is going to take a lick if Brady doesn't come back, so I'm not even counting them. But once you start thinking about other teams in the NFC that challenge, the Cowboys, obviously become a factor. But are they the real team that's going to challenge the Packers? Will the Cardinals come back? Then when you flip to the AFC, Buffalo is only going to get better. Kansas City is going to be there again next year. The Raiders are going to be better. The Chargers are going to be better. So and Cincinnati, of course, is going to be there next year. I mean, in the fight, Tennessee is one quarterback away from becoming a real factor. So even when you start talking about these teams, we're not on that level with those teams I just called out, with maybe the exception of one or two.
no.
So I'm saying we're playing catch up and really don't even know it. I mean, we're playing catch up in the way that we're playing. If you want to get over the hump, this is just my whole argument. Go get me a guy that's going to be an immediate impact player from day one. What do you think about that, Mike?
And, and meanwhile, you don't hear them say that. Oh well, we're gonna probably release, or we're gonna cut, or just let our number one receiver go, or our top defensive end. We're gonna just let him go. You don't hear that from these other teams.
No.
They're gonna keep their players. And they're gonna just run. I guarantee you, Cincinnati, they're gonna run it back with some changes. All of those teams you just mentioned, they're gonna get better. But in Dallas, what do we hear like on 105.3 the fan? What do we hear? Oh, we need to get rid of Amari Cooper. We need to get rid of Zeke. We need
Crazy,
to blow out DeMarcus Lawrence.
crazy,
It is despicable. It's sad.
crazy. It's crazy. And Terry Turner on YouTube says by the time we draft picks, by the time the draft picks develop, they are too expensive for Stephen Jones. So when we start talking about people like Michael Parsons, for instance, and let's go ahead and throw in Trayvon Diggs, who's gonna be a year earlier than him, or you know, these guys are already all pros. So when it's time for them and their time coming, Trayvon Diggs says, "Look, I want to be the best paid cornerback in the league." And remember, when that was time for Byron Jones, we cut him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
They just let him go.
And we let
Let
him
him
go.
go.
And then when it's time for Michael Parsons, because you can already see how this gonna turn out, he's gonna be the highest paid linebacker in the game in a few more years, and he's gonna ask for some major money. What we gonna do? Cause see, we already talking about the conversation is Amari Cooper gone. The conversation is LVE gone. The conversation is DeMarcus Lawrence gone. It seems like once you get enough out of them, now all of a sudden you ready to cut them because we can't pay you. And I'm trying to figure out why
They
not.
don't.
Do you know how to manipulate the
They
the, the, the salary cap like you said, or what? I don't know.
they know how to do it, but they just don't. I feel like don't. They just don't want to. They
Yeah,
want to just hold on to that money.
yeah,
They want to just do it through the draft, and you like you said, you saw that the see that the template that's being laid is to load up on free agents and then go for it in 1 year. But one more thing, Mr. Douglas, the
uh-huh.
Connor Williams experiment needs to end.
Quickly,
It does.
quickly.
It needs to. It just needs to end. I don't care if he was a second round pick.
Yeah,
That's the weak link on this offensive line. He gets bullied every single game,
yeah,
but they just won't make the change. They don't want to see. They don't want to admit that they were wrong
yeah,
in making that pick.
yeah,
They just don't.
yeah. Exactly. We've been saying it for the last few years that he's problem. He's really not strong enough. He's just not strong enough to deal with those type of guys, and it shows. That's why he leads the league in holding penalties. That's why he can't get past that because he too light on the feet. I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you, man. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate the call.
Okay, so we'll
Thank you,
see you later.
thank you, brother. All right. Now it's just the truth, y'all. Now, yeah, Joe says, and Greg the leg needs to go. No doubt about it. Send him on. He got to get out of here too. Yeah. Shane says we all want to win now, but you got to realize that next season we'll be playing with a lame duck coach. When is the last time a team won a championship with a coach on his way out? It ain't too many, Shane, and I agree with you 100% that Mike McCarthy unless he wins the Super Bowl, I mean he has to win big. Now, does that mean I don't know what the definition? I just know what he did last year won't probably let him keep his job because the expectations are so high. I just don't see him keeping his job. Matter of fact, I said it before, I say it again. I believe that if the Cowboys get off to a slow start this year, I believe that there's a good chance that Mike McCarthy won't even make it to the end of the year. That's why they praising Dan Quinn the way they are, because they fully would expect him to go ahead and fill in, and really don't miss anything, to be honest with you. Because, like I said, what is Mike McCarthy doing other than telling people, okay, we're going to go for it on fourth down? He ain't calling plays. He's not calling any defensive anything. And he's not doing everything offensively. So what is he really doing? You know, clock management is horrible. He can't make plays, call plays. What is he really doing? So it is when you look at our organization, if you really are a realistic Cowboy fan, it's starting to look really messy. It really is. It's starting to look really messy in Cowboy land to me. because of what Shane just said, lame duck coach. That's Mike McCarthy. Uh, Kellen Moore, we already know what he is, and he, you know, it is, you're not either you love Kellen or you can't stand him. There's no in between ground. Or when you do that, when I mean, the only bright spot is Dan Quinn to me. And after looking at the Rams, and then you already know how Stephen Jones is as far as building the team, his philosophy compared to somebody like the Rams and the Buccaneers of 2 years ago, where they just said we're going all in for this year. This year, not worried about 2 years from now. We just worried about this year. Can we do enough to get the trophy raised up in the air? That's what the Rams did, and everything they did was worth it. Everything, because they held up the trophy yesterday. Everything was worth it. So sometimes as many people say that the NFL is a copycat league, and usually when they say that, they usually are talking about offensive play style and the call to defense and offensive theories and all that. But you need to incorporate that into the front office as well. You need to ask somebody need to ask around, okay, how did y'all build y'all championship? Somebody need to copy. If we're copying plays, if we're copying philosophies and strategies, somebody need to copy the front office style too. I done seen it 2 years in a row. Was like somebody said earlier in the chat, did we buy the Super Bowl? Did the Rams buy the Super Bowl? It don't make no difference. Long as the trophy was raised at the end. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. It's like the NBA. Everybody don't like the super team. Please understand. They don't care. They want the championship. That's why KD went to Golden State those years. He didn't care nothing about what y'all thought. He only had one goal. Give me some championships out this thing. You think Golden State was upset that KD picked them to play? You think was the reason why Miami came with LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh? You really believe that Miami had a problem with it? The Rams could care less what anybody think. They decided to go all in, and they cashed in. They put all the chips in the middle of the table. They cashed in. That's just the bottom line. They cashed in. And I don't know uh, what else had to be done or understood to get it there, but it is what it is. Listen, I'm getting ready to get off here in just a second. Uh, I'm getting ready to let one of y'all call in. Call in on that hotline that you see there on the ticker there, 901-654-6853. That's the number. I'm getting ready to get off and go and let you guys have the rest of your night. All right. Somebody call. If you're gonna call in, you better come on, call in now. You better come on, do it now, cause I'm about ready to go. Cause Cowboys get you frustrated, man. I'm just saying, Cowboys, Cowboys will tick you off. If you let them, Cowboys will have you like, man, good lord, we could do this, but y'all just refuse to, and that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand it. All right. Hey guys, listen. Join me. Joe says. Joe says sometimes having all those stars doesn't work. Remember when the Eagles had all those stars, they didn't even make the playoffs. It's true. All I asked for was just one, Joe. I ain't asking for everybody. I just say we're already close. We don't need a total reload offensively or defensively. I'm just saying go ahead and give me just one solid, incredible defensive tackle. Go buy me a left guard. That's what I want. You can keep everything else. Keep Tyron Smith. Keep Zach Martin. Keep Lyle Collins. Keep Tyler at the center. Just go pay somebody $12 million a year, play it up guard. That's all I'm saying. Keep Gregory, keep D Law, keep everything the same. Keep Tristan Hill if you want. But in that middle, go ahead and pay somebody that's going to be an immediate impact at defensive tackle that can clog up the middle like we've been asking for the last 3, 4, 5 years. That's all I'm asking for. And I'm trying to figure out how long it takes to solve an obvious problem. Huh? Shane says the only thing that bothers me about going all in is you're gambling your future, and it's not certain that you will win going all in. Well, that's the risk that you take, Shane. That's what the Rams did. Guess what? You saw what happened yesterday. When you go all in, this this is the risk that you take. But you cash in. The Buccaneers did it one year, they won the Super Bowl. The very next year with the same amount of players, they didn't get to the NFC Championship game. That was this year. The Rams said we trading away golf. We believe Matthew Stafford. Yes, that same Matthew Stafford. Yes, this is live. Gabe at the house. This is live. Uh, the Rams said we're gonna go in all in on Stafford. We don't care nothing about the future. We're concerned about winning this year because the window has closed on our team. We don't have but 1 or 2 years left, and that's depending on uh it's just depending on how well you really think about it. You only got a few years. Aaron Donald talking about retiring already. They had to win this year. Von Miller not going to be there the next year. Odell probably not going to be there next year. They had to win this year. They had to win this year because they won't have the same team next year. So yeah, that's the dice that you roll, huh? That's the chance that you take. The Rams not thinking about 2, 3 years from now. Now the Cowboys are, then you keep doing what you're doing. And I promise you, the way it's looking, you ain't gonna make it there. You're not gonna make it. Because other teams are doing exactly that. They feel like they're a player or two away, and they go get those 1 or 2 players. That's what they do. The Cowboys don't do that. The Cowboys know they 1 or 2 players away. They'll just let that 1 or 2 players pass right on by and say, hey, let's go get these bargain chip free agents. I'm frustrated. The Cowboys, I see the Rams, and I'll be like, wow, wow. All we had to do is go get that guy to help us out. Won't do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for uh, Gabe at the house is the NFL fake. I don't think so. Gabe at the house, I don't think so. But I guess that is kind of like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. you know, you'll say it's a fix. I'll say it's not. So that really all depends on your perspective. Bottom line. All right. Appreciate you guys for hanging with me. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. I will be with you guys on Saturday. On Saturday. On Saturday at 3 p.m. Saturday at 3 p.m. I will be with you guys on this Saturday at 3 p.m. at the same place, same time. I'll be right here. Let me see what everybody else is saying. Rachel going right there. Appreciate you, uh, Joe. Listen, I don't know if what happened to the sound for some of you guys. I don't know if it's from my end, but I got people saying that I was okay. We'll just try to work on it and make sure that it's not coming from my end, okay? But until then, I'll see you guys this Saturday at 3 p.m. We're gonna do it one more time. I may come with part two of this thing because I got a lot of problem and issues right now with the Cowboys and the way we do things. And I already know I'm gonna be frustrated over the off season because I already know how we're gonna respond. Because Stephen Jones is Stephen Jones. I already know it. So it just hurts me to see another team saying we just gonna go for it. We're going for it this year, and they succeed in doing it. And I know we can do the same. But we won't do it. All right, we'll pick it up again next Saturday. This coming up Saturday at 3 p.m. here live on the Spotlight Sports Network, as well as Podbean, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. We will see you again at 3 p.m. here at the only one and only, ladies and gentlemen. This is y'all. Y'all know what it is. This is the Big Time Show.